Yes, Unc. Hi, Boop. What are you doing? And we got Freya. That is my Uncle Joe. He's like really like my great uncle, but he called me yesterday just to see how the cat was doing. This is my grandparents' cat, and they both passed away in like 2022. And I had given her to them because I could not keep 3 cats at my dad's house when I lived with him a long time ago. This is back in like, what, 2017. Her to them, and then when they passed away, she was at the house all by her lonesome. My dad and my uncle were like, hey, do you want to take the cat back? And I was like, yeah, I promised them if anything ever happened, I'd take her. So I took her back when we were at the apartments, and she stayed with me until we got the house. However, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep her now because I will most likely have to move, you know, sometime in the near future. Yes, we're going outside. Jessie's wearing her dress that her abuelita got her from Guat. Yappy dog out here. I'm sure he's gonna start barking since we're out here. Oh, and he got himself tangled up. That's great. Let me go untangle him. Look who's waddling over. Santa looks like a whole freaking loaf of bread right now. She's pregnant. What are you doing, Miss? What are you doing? Come here, Santa. Meow, here, look, I have food. What are you doing? Santa, come back.
No, you tried it.
Hi, kitty. Hi, Loki. Go blow a bubble at Loki. This cat only likes Yessie. It doesn't like me that much. It always comes up to Yessie and hangs out with her. Yessie's hosing down her kitchen. Hose down Copper if you want. Great Copper. Copper's being a bad boy. He won't listen. Copper.
Okay.
She said okay.
Come here. So, Yessie went out with her dad and her grandpa, and I'm over here. I came from outside. I was hanging out with the cats, and Santa is like heavily pregnant. And I'm cooking this ground turkey that I had in the freezer. I forgot about it, and I accidentally left it in there, so I got freezer burnt, and I'm gonna make it for the cats and the dog. I put some, this sounds weird, right? But like I put some turmeric and I put some nutritional yeast in there. And apparently the nutritional yeast for like cats and dogs does the same thing that does to us and gives them vitamins. And then the turmeric is also good for like heart issues or like preventing heart disease or something, I read. I don't know how true that is, but I'm making them a little dinner because, I don't know, Santa is like tucking at my heartstrings out there. She's just waddling around. And she hasn't been eating a lot, and like all the other cats will eat and she barely eats, and even she had like the option to eat like a whole bowl of food and she didn't really eat at all. So I'm gonna see if I can entice her with it. I'm just gonna like spend the night playing Magic, I guess, because I don't know when they'll be home. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the chickens. I don't know. I hope that they're all together. I see 2 of them. I don't see the other 2 little ones and the big one. Let me go check on them really quick. Maybe I can see them from here. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're all in there. Out there, and the cat is trying to attack them through the fence, which he's not gonna get through the fence, so I'm not too concerned. And that cat right there is like, if I open this door, he'll just run away. It's so funny. They created this like little hideaway under the board where I have their water at, because I have their water sitting higher than the hay in the coop because they constantly kick the hay in there. I mean, it kind of mitigates it. They're making like a little house under there. My cats are picky. She's not gonna eat this. I gave her a little bit. She does not want it. Hey, Poop, come here. Poop! I see you, Poop. Come here. Bethel, eat the food. You're so disrespectful. Okay. I love you too. She's super happy because the dog is upstairs right now because he was barking, and I know I don't want to hear it, and the neighbors probably don't want to hear it, so I put him upstairs in the room because I can't put him outside right now, because if I put him in the backyard, he's going to just bark and bark and bark at the chickens until I put them away. So I can't bring him out front because I don't have another lead to put out front, and I can't really mess with the one that's in the back right now. His leash is too short. And if I let him free roam in the yard, he's just gonna go back to the chicken coop and then chase the cats into the other yard, and I don't want that. My little helper. I love my cats. I don't spend enough time with my cats anymore because I have adult responsibilities, but I'm trying. Sometimes I'll come down here at night, but it's a lot harder now because Jessie sleeps in my room, and I can't really leave because she'll follow me. I'm just gonna go like sit outside again. I don't know. I'm so tired. I kind of want to take a nap. Like, I've been freaking tired all day, and then after I clean the basement, oh, don't mind this ice cream I brought out because I was gonna eat it, but I'm not anymore. So exhausted lately. Yessie's going through sleep regression right now, so it's not fun. She doesn't go to bed till late either. Okay, my food is done, and I'm thinking maybe Ethel's. Hi, Ethels. Maybe she'll go outside with me, because she likes going outside in the summertime. But someone who never will go outside with me is Lucy. Hi, Poop. She hates going outside and will not, for the life of her. Like, if you put her out there on the porch, she's gonna freak out, and then she'll just try to like run around the house until she gets in somehow. And she got kicked out of the window. She got kicked out of the window by Ethel, and at our apartment, and they were both like not getting along for some reason for like a month or two after that. But like, yeah, she she had food poisoning with us because we got food that had food poisoning, I guess, and we gave some to Lucy, so all three of us got food poisoning. And then her and Ethel, they started like fighting with each other for some reason, I guess because Lucy was sick and like she didn't want to be bothered, and Ethel kicked her out of our window through the screen on the window, and Lucy went 2 stories down the screen from the window, and we had to go get her, and she wouldn't come in the house because she was at the bottom window where our apartment was, but on the the lower level, trying to get in their house from the window because she thought, I guess that's where she came from. And then we were tracing her around the apartment complex like crazy people at like 12 o'clock at night, and we finally got her to go into our like corridor for where our stairs were, and got her in the house. And then I promptly called the vet, and I brought her in, and they were like, so like what happened, and I explained that she got kicked out of the window, and I just wanted to make sure she's okay and like didn't break anything. And they were like, no, she looks fine. But they were like, how do you know that she got food poisoning? Because you said that she got food poisoning. I was like, because we got food poisoning. And Lucy does not take toodles on the floor normally, and she went under our bed and took a toodle. And I was like, yeah, it has to be from the chicken that we all ate, because we were sick too for a good, I don't know, day or two, I guess. That's a funny story that I haven't told in a while. Lucy's my first cat. I've had her since I lived with my dad. She is like the most loving cat. However, when I was pregnant, she was not. She did not want to be near me, and she would pee all over my stuff. And I don't know if it was the hormones or something, but yeah, now she's getting, and so this is how she gets, right? If you pet, I mean, any cat, you pet them too much, and they'll probably get like over stimulated. But Lucy does that, and then she'll start like growling at her tail and like going after her tail. Like right now, she's in like demon mode. You can see her tail going, Lucy. Like she still wants you to pet her, but no. So just put the cat food out there, and I don't see no cats coming. Today's a weird day. They're not like all up in my business. Going to check on Copper. Okay, Copper is good. I'm back sitting with Lucy. I wanted to talk about how I got Lucy, because I got her when I was still living with my dad, and we had an apartment together. 2016, I think, when I got her, maybe 2017, I'm not sure, but it was about a year after I graduated. I had gotten married, and he was gone on orders as soon as he got out of boot camp and went through all of his like MCT or whatever it's called for the Marines. He got shipped over to Japan, and I was not able to go immediately because of my mental health problems. The military said that they were not able to give me the level of care that I needed, so i.e. getting my medication, and if I was in therapy, which I don't think I was at the time, but getting therapy, stuff like that. So I didn't end up going to Japan for a long time after because they had denied me, and I was by myself, and I think I went to visit sometime in 2017 for like maybe like 2 weeks. That story is that I went non-command sponsored and figured it out on my own, which I can do a whole video on non-command sponsored, like how to get, not necessarily get around things, like you're not getting around it, it's just you have those rights, it won't tell you, and you have to do it on your own. Even when I was over there, after I went non-command sponsored, there were people that were like, you're not supposed to be here, and I'm like, legally, the Japanese government says I can be here. But yeah, I was going through a time period where we were trying to get me set up to go over there sponsored, so we didn't have to pay for anything, like flight tickets and stuff like that. So I was pretty lonely, and I was going through it. You just get married, and it's maybe like, I don't know, 6 months. You've been married, and you're by yourself still. I got Lucy in October. Yeah, it was like around October or something. When they had the haunted house at my siblings' farm that they were working at, and I was not supposed to get her. She was supposed to go to my Aunt Betty. They ended up telling my sibling no. So probably like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, I have my friend Andrew drive me over to get Lucy, and I was I was going through a phase where like I was a little bit rebellious, good child my whole life. I didn't go against my parents' orders, didn't disobey them. Uh, my sibling, on the other hand, would push their buttons constantly. So they were more of the bad child than I was. I was like, you know what? No, I want a cat. Like, I'm lonely. I want a cat. I had a cat growing up. His name is Gilbert, and he was like the most gangster cat I've ever had. Uh, he was a Maine Coon cat, and he was huge. I mean, humongous. Like, he would follow us street to street when we'd be on our bikes, when we'd be walking to our friend's house, and he'd sit on the porch with us, and like the mailman would come over, and like he'd growl at the mailman. Just really cool. And I missed him because my mom had him, and I didn't get to see him very often because I don't have a good relationship with my mom. So I decided I wanted a cat, and I was not gonna tell my dad. That was gonna be my rebellious streak, is I'm not gonna tell my dad that I got a cat. I told my sister I'd take this cat. I go over in the middle of the night, have my friend drive me because I don't even know why. Like, I guess I was like, didn't want the cat to freak out in the car or whatever, so I wanted to be the one that wasn't driving. I went and I picked her up, and my sibling had her in a little box, in like a cardboard box with the flaps like open a little bit for her, and she was so tiny. I mean, she was like a couple weeks old, and she was bloated, looked like a pot-bellied pig, and I felt so bad. And I was like, I need to take her. Like, she's not gonna like survive. My sibling, you know, we part ways, and I brought Lucy back to the house. Just I brought her up to the room where I stayed at, and I had bought like a little, or no, it was her box. That's what it was. Her box. I bought like a little bit of litter, because no one was really open. It was so late when I went to go get her, and I put the litter in the box that she came in, and then I took her out and I had her on the floor, and she didn't want to be on the floor. She wanted to be with me. So the whole night she slept curled up next to me when I first got her. And she was really dirty. She had like a black mark right here, and it's funny because she has a kind of a blackish orange um, mark on her nose now, and we didn't know. We thought it was just dirt for the longest time. We're like, why won't this dirt come off of her face? I woke up in the morning, and needless to say, she had pooped in places that she's not supposed to poop. I had a mess to clean, but it was worth it. She was adorable. She's still adorable. I tried to clean her up in the morning, but she was super dirty and did not want to be anywhere near water. I tried giving her a bath in the sink, and she was just not having it, and I didn't want to get hurt because I didn't have any like welding gloves or anything to hold her at the time. I brought her. There was this vet clinic around the corner from where my old school was, and I had brought in a cat before that I found. It was at like my dad's friend's house. Uh, they found it outside, and I didn't know what to do with it. It was so tiny, like it was even tinier than Lucy was. And I brought him there before, and they had kind of cut me a break because I was a kid. Like I was only like 19, 18, 19. Um, so I brought my other cat, Lucy, there when I got her, again because I didn't have a lot of money. And they said that she had heartworms, lungworms, and another type of worm that I don't remember. And she was like infested with them. They had me bring in like stool samples after to make sure that she didn't have them anymore when she was a little bit older. They got her all fixed with her worms, and she slowly started to feel better, and like the bloating went away. Even to this day, when she like meows or like she like breathes, you can hear like it sounds like there was damage or something from the lungworms, I would assume. She was not in good shape. She had a respiratory infection too, and overall, yeah, it took her a little bit to heal up. And I feel bad because I put her through countless like vet visits because I was getting ready to go to Japan. I didn't end up going because they denied me last minute. I remember like her getting blood work and stuff and me feeling so bad because like I didn't want to put her through it. And now she hates the vet. Like my other cats are fine, but she hates the vet now. I feel like I traumatized her. I feel so bad. It also sucks too because, you know, when they told me I couldn't go to Japan, it would be fine if they were like being truthful, but they weren't. When I went to Japan, non-command sponsored, I actually got in at the naval hospital there, and I needed one of my psych medications because I was having a hard time filling it overseas. Like my other medications, they were fine. I somehow managed to get them, but certain ones I could not get my doctors to like send over or whatever. And I remember going to the naval hospital and them writing me a script for it, like no problem whatsoever. Like everything was cool. And I was so upset, and even Josue was pretty mad too. Like, they denied me saying that they didn't have my medications and stuff when that's clearly not at all, like, what happened. Like, and it was just insane, the whole process of, like, getting there. And Lucy, I ended up not having Lucy go with me because I ended up only staying for, like, a few months and stuff like that at a time. So I ended up leaving her with, like, his mom at one point, and I left her with my sibling actually the first time I went to Japan, and I think the second time as well. I left her with my sibling, and when I got back, Lucy didn't even want to be around me. She only wanted my sibling. It was pretty funny. At first she didn't want to, she was hiding from me. I love her so much. She's my little baby. She's sitting in the window right now. Before I had Yessie, I like adored Lucy. I still do, but you know, your kid comes first. But I absolutely love Lucy, and she's gotten me through some really tough times. And for anybody that is lonely and that can have pets, I really do suggest getting a cat. They're low maintenance, and you know, I've used to go away on, you know, little 3-4 day trips where we had Yesenia, and I just, you know, leave my cats for a few days and they'd be fine, and you know, give them food, water, and they just chill by themselves. Now, you know, it is a lot lonelier at my house given the circumstances going on, and I really do enjoy that they're here and they're able to keep me company when Yessie is not here. I'm a cat lady. Maybe I'll just tell more stories on here. It's just making me think of a lot of things that I wouldn't mind sharing with you guys, and I think that some of the things are pretty interesting. Maybe I'll talk about Ethel next time and how I got her and her sister Freya. Lucy, they were at the haunted house, and they were all like doing a walkthrough or whatever in the field. Like they have like a corn maze and stuff in the field before the mowers like went over, and thankfully they found Lucy, because if not, she probably would have been run over. She was so tiny, and it's an awful thought to think about. I found her, and then everybody there was like, oh well, like I don't really need a cat, and then my sibling was like, oh well, I know who can take it. They were talking about my Aunt Betty, but now it's pretty funny because I'm cat lady. I'm literally, if anybody has a cat to give away, they ask me. That's how I've gotten my friends' cats, because I can't keep them at the time, or like I had too many already, or like my dad just wouldn't let me have them because I was living with them. And I'd be like, hey, you want a cat? You want a cat? Because somebody else had come up to me and been like, oh, this cat was in like, there's a snowstorm coming and they like threw their cat out. Can you please go save it? I'm cat lady, and now I really am cat lady because I have like 7 cats outside now. I used to have more, but the neighbors stole them. They caught on the bandwagon. They have little houses out there and stuff for them now. Some of them, they're living their best life. Here comes Freya. Freya. Maybe I'll tell her story next because she has a pretty interesting story. I'm gonna go hang out with my cats because they are all downstairs because Copper's upstairs right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. It was fun having y'all here for this little memory trip that I had. If you guys want more, let me know. If there's anything specific you want to know about, let me know, and I will attempt to make a video on it. If it's some personal topic, I don't know, but if it's anything about my like cats and you know my past and stuff, yeah, sure. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, Luce. Say bye, Lucy's. Poopies. Poopy poopies. Say bye, poop. Do you sit at the parties? Tell them to mama.